I'm Jen. I'm a UX designer and researcher. As part of my role, I organize and facilitate workshops with my team. My team is multidisciplinary, probably like yours. We've been doing a lot of remote work lately, and we've been using Miro as a space to collaborate. I found there are a few small things I can do before a workshop to make it run more smoothly. I created this template to help you prepare for brainstorming sessions. The main purpose of it is to organize information in a way that's easy for everyone to understand and access throughout a session. This way, people can focus on doing the activity instead of remembering what you just said. It also means you don't have to do as much prep before the workshop. I design a lot of my workshops from scratch. We do new activities almost every time. I like to spend my prep time designing new activities instead of designing new boards. This template includes, on the left-hand side, a space for the instructions for your activity, and on the right-hand side, a sample warm-up activity that I like to do with my team. We're going to start with the activity template. The first thing you should do is remove the covers off to the side. We'll get back to those later. Next, you're going to fill in the instructions for your activity in the text boxes here. If you have more than 3 steps, it's really easy to make another one and to just make the board a little bit longer. Once you've got them how you like them, make sure you lock them up. Then cover them with these boxes again. The reason I use the covers is so I can do all my prep beforehand and then cover it up so people only have the information that they need at a given time. I've also included a space for helpful links. This is where you can put links to slide decks, dashboards, and anything else that people might need to reference throughout the session. I found that people are more likely to use the information if they have super easy access to it. If you're doing more than one activity, I recommend separating them into different groups. This means that the board is a lot less overwhelming when people open it up. 2 boxes with 3 steps each looks much easier to accomplish than 1 box with 6 steps in a row. An added benefit is that if you only have time for one activity, people still feel a sense of accomplishment because they've checked off all the steps in 1 box. I recommend doing a warm-up activity, especially if your team is new to Miro or to brainstorming. It gives people a low-pressure space to start using the tool and get used to the mechanics of it without worrying about finishing the brainstorming exercise. It can also be a fun way to shift into a more creative headspace, particularly when people have been coming from other meetings or other projects. If you were to use this in your activity, what I recommend is first remove the instructions from the template. Then make sure that all your instructions are locked up. For this activity, I've included starter notes for each person attending. In each note, I would put the name of the people that I expect to be there. When people arrive, tell them to meet at the warm-up activity. You'll know everyone's arrived when you see their cursors hovering around the same space. At this point, give everyone an overview of what they can expect during the session. When you're ready to start, read the instruction as it's written on the board. Then pause for questions and tell everyone to go ahead. When you're ready to move on to step 2, take the cover and you can move it out of the way, or I like just to delete it because it keeps the board nice and clean. Once again, read the instruction, pause for questions, and let everyone go ahead. As you move through the activity, you'll be getting rid of each cover one at a time. At the end, you'll have a board that's full of everyone's work and the instructions for anyone to reference if they come back to the board at a later time. That sums up the template that I've created for you. Enjoy.